You don't have a consistency problem, you have a commitment problem. And you think working harder will fix that, but it won't, because you've been working harder for years and still you achieved nothing. And I know, because last Monday I opened my notes app and what I saw scared me, because I saw my goal written out word by word. And when I read it through, it was the exact same goal I've made this year for myself. So it was the same plan, with the same fire, the same energy, just in a different time zone. So 13 years later, I still make the same goals I want to achieve what I wanted 13 years ago. And I thought that I was just unlucky, but I wasn't. I was lying to myself about commitment. And right now, there are millions of people out there who are committed to some goal but will quit until the month ends. And in 2026, the average person has tried and quitted 4 different times. And you're not broken, you're just stuck in a never-ending loop. And I myself lived in that loop for over 13 years. So let me show you what I learned. Because when I look back, and I mean when I really look back at the times when I started, I see the patterns now very clearly. Because every time I started something, I was fully locked in, as we say today. I was full in that project. I told everyone, I built everything up before I started. And I felt different because I believed this time it will work out. And then week 2 arrives and nothing really dramatic happens. And it was a normal Tuesday and the energy left. So I didn't want to do the project on this Tuesday. And I told myself I will get back on track tomorrow. Then tomorrow came and I also said, I don't have the energy right now, I will do it tomorrow. And then 1 week later, I negotiated with myself with maybe this project is way too big, maybe I'm not built for this, and eventually I stopped. Here's what I didn't understand, that for over 13 years, I thought that working on a project meant to be, I would have always fun. But this isn't the case, because once the fun disappears, and eventually it will disappear, then everything breaks apart. And that was exactly the problem. This exact moment was why I always reset it every time I want to start a new project. And if you ever experience something like starting strong and then falling off, as soon the feeling disappears, then you're on the right channel, my friend. Because on this channel we talk all about these topics. So hit that subscribe button and join the community to never miss a video of that, and I will truly help you with everything you have. So hit the subscribe button down there and let's continue with the video. So let's analyze why this feeling leaves. It's very simple, because your brain is efficient. When it sees something new or when he does something new, he gives all the effort to the new stuff. And when your brain always gives energy to the new stuff, you have a dopamine hit, because your brain doesn't know what it is, he wants to learn. And when he learns everything about that, the dopamine level drops back to normal again. And this happens in a week or even in 2-3 days. But the moment it became familiar, your brain reduces the dopamine level to the normal levels again. And it decided it's no longer a priority, and he searches for a new source of dopamine hits. And that is not weakness, my friends. That is pure biology. But most of the people get this wrong because they don't know how the brain actually works. And that is actually the cycle that happens over and over again in millions of people out there. And that is the dangerous part. And I did this for over 13 years, as I mentioned, and I always restarted because the dopamine level disappeared after a week, after a month, and there I was with a new project, with a new idea, with a new goal. Just think about it. Every time you restart, you think it's like progress because you optimize, you know what you did wrong, and you do it better today. But none of this is real progress. Because the real progress is invincible, it's boring, it happens day by day, over months, over years. Because if you restart every month with a new project, you will never get further off that line where you stop and where you begin a new project. And I intended to be a consistent person for over 13 years. And it never stuck to me because I was keep waiting for the perfect timing to become consistent, because the job was not right, the timing was not right, I didn't have good equipment back then, and all I did was outsource it out of myself and never focused on what was I doing. So the resistance to restart is always there. The real question is, do you stick to that or do you go back to the beginning? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you trust yourself to not restart the project again and go further than you think than you can? Tell me that in the comments and I will answer and I will read all of that comments and I will help you with that because this is my channel. I will help you with that and I help myself. I learned this everything by myself and I want to teach you this. So if you want to go deeper into that conversation, into that types of videos, then check out this video. And YouTube and I think that this is the best video for you. And as I mentioned in the middle, you can subscribe here. As for that, thank you for watching guys and I am rooting for you.